this may sound controversial, but if you're starting out, is an expensive phone with a plan a must? You can get really cheap phones that cost next to nothing to run and give you about 80% of the results. So as an example, for just $0 a month, you heard that right, you can get a VOIP over cellular or Wi-Fi like TextNow, Free Flex, unlimited talk and text in the TextNow app. Now this is with essential data for access for like selected apps, or with paid add-ons if you want broader data. Now mind when you're looking at these things, mind the 911 limitations with app-based calling. Now if you buy a SIM once, then you pay $0 monthly. That's all you got to do. Buy the SIM card once, then pay $0 a month. That's great if you mainly call or text and you live on Wi-Fi. Most places you go to these days have Wi-Fi. You have Wi-Fi likely in your home. Your car possibly has GPS. An entire hour of Google Maps, even if you had no GPS in your car, an entire hour of Google Maps driving would barely go through 3 to 5 megabytes. And that's probably 6 cents to 10 cents with a pay-as-you-go. So we're moving up now. Something like Telo pay-as-you-go. Or you could do what we did in the 2000s, all the way back then in the 90s, and use an actual map that you can still get today at a gas station for a few bucks, right? Hear me out on this one. It will sharpen your mind. In fact, neuroscience studies on London, UK, black cab drivers, right? They're the taxi drivers, who learn the knowledge, right? This was a big test they had to pass to basically become a taxi driver. They had to know everywhere in London. Studies have shown that they strengthen their hippocampus, right, for spatial tasks in their brain. It's bigger, it's expanded over time, right? It's increased with the years and training. So the studies have shown that they've got better spatial memory and evidence on the adult mind plasticity, that we can still grow even as adults in a sense. As opposed to if you have a habitual use, I've noticed this myself, like habitually using GPS. When I first came to America, I was using GPS because GPS was standard by then. And I realized very quickly that I didn't know hardly how to get to work or go to my favorite places because I was using GPS all the time. Whereas in my home country of Ireland, I grew up without GPS. I still know Dublin like the back of my hand. I don't need GPS. And today, some of my friends recently commented that they were thinking I had superpowers, that I could drive around Dublin with no GPS, right? Because that was the way I just know spatially. Like, you know your way around your house, right? Like you can find your way out of your house. So you can learn this. It's a skill. It's something that I know some of the girls might be saying like, oh, why doesn't the guy ask a question? Because guys didn't have GPS thousands of years ago. They had to hunt for wild animals. They had to know their way home, right? Like there weren't people around that they could ask because they probably would do certain things to them if they asked questions, right? So men were developing these skills, and men and women can develop these skills. It's a skill that you can develop by not asking. Try that for a while. See how far you get. You might suck originally, but if you don't use that, your hippocampus actually, they found studies, right, that if you use GPS all the time, that will lead to poorer spatial memory and less hippocampal engagement. And also, if you actually do not use GPS, but try to be like a taxi driver, that actually lowers Alzheimer's mortality, at least observational, not causation. But they have some correlation evidence on this, that there's a lower Alzheimer's mortality rate from less reliance on GPS. Back to phones. You'll have to choose a phone and a plan that suits your use, but don't overestimate your use. Some are very cheap monthly options. And honestly, one major tip from the elite is to ditch the smartphone because you'll get so much time back. Like I know one famous trader and he's got a phone with only about 40 contact spots. So you have to be very important to get on his top 40 list. But when you're not constantly checking your IG, I mean, you know this yourself, like your socials, your YouTube or your email, you'll be surprised how much time you have and how much better you may feel. Also, as people start to get the message that you're not constantly contactable, your stress levels really go down. This is what I've found. I've done detoxes on this, and it was a massive stress reliever. I went from like the super productive, like it was part of my identity, like to be super productive, always on call, day or night, for short-term rentals, 3-minute response times to emails, like checking my email, maybe once. Now I'm just checking my email just once or twice a day, and sometimes just twice a week. In fact, I take certain days off. My productivity has actually shot through the roof as I could focus now on deep work that matters and had much better quality of life improvements here with my family and friends.